as an Uber Eats guy, them pictures are scary though, yo. Yo, Karen. You don't remember right because he got the privilege. He got the privilege. Like everybody else, white women just come at you just real crazy, like they can beat you and shit. Right? I'm delivering food. And I'm looking for the addresses. I can't find the addresses. I'm looking at it. Damn, I look suspect as shit. I understand I look like a criminal. I understand this. But she came out me like, with a camera all in her hand, just ready like, listen, like, oh, see, this how people be getting fucked up. You know what I mean? Like, Then I'm mad that I didn't record it because I could have got viral. Karen attacking me and shit. Like, oh. You know, she ain't putting herself on. It's a privilege. She ain't gonna get in trouble. Like I was saying, this is all gonna be on the internet. First of all, gotta give a shout out to my homie Rohan. Give a shout out to my homie Rohan. Rohan was a poet too.
Yes.
He was a better poet than he was a comedian.
Yes.
We knew that as soon as he came out with some shit like, yo, dog, you wasting your time on the comedy. We need to go headstrong. It was so fucked up because like the comedians made a trade with the poets for Kendra. Because Kendra way funnier than she is in the poetry. Like, oh.
Yes. Facts.
Like, oh, she put her phone down. He said like when she did her poetry, she's reading her poetry from her phone. And when she put her poetry phone down and started looking in people's eyes, it was, oh yeah, the comedic delegation would like to make a trade.
I was with it too.
Everybody was with it. Because Rohan went up there and was sounding like Langston Hughes, son. Yo, for real, y'all.
First one I heard him do, oh my God.
Right?
Blew me away.
He was emotional.
Blew me away.
He was getting down with it, yo, one time, and I told him to do it over again. He made a poem about addiction. And it was by the poet, and he made a character, the Cookie Monster, being addicted to cookies. He was just like, oh, how I dream of the cookies. Like, I'll do anything, I'll kill for a cookie. Like, yo, like, damn. Like, dog, that's funny and scary at the same time. Just like Rohan. It was just funny and scary at the same time. It's crazy because all the comedians, we all thinking it's a conspiracy theory that he might have just got locked up and nobody knows shit. No, everybody's like, somebody go research this. He was researching this. Bro, it looks like it's fucked up because now it's like I'm really like, what if he comes back? Like, yo, Rohan died for 3 days and came back, son.
I'm serious. On the day that he died, he was supposed to go to court, and there's a warrant out for his arrest.
Wow.
3 days, come back, Machiavelli, son, Illuminati.
That's all I'm gonna say.
All through your body. So let's just pray that he's out there just on the run. Maybe he with Tupac. Lil Rohan alive, yo. He like Tupac. He in Cuba right now, like chilling.
There's gonna be some good albums.
Right?
Yeah, they gotta reach out someday.
Okay, no problem. Lost tracks.
Baby. Shit. But I got this, it's a Neil Jackson. You like Michael Jackson? Y'all like Michael Jackson? Rohan was a Jackson. He was a Jackson. His name was Anal Jackson. Why did what? No, Anil. I can see why he changed his name. Like, yeah, I don't want to go around. This sounds too much like anal and shit. Like, I saw a documentary one time with Lauryn Hill. You know Lauryn Hill? Lauryn Hill, like, life fell apart because she met this man and had babies with him and fell in love with this man more than she loved the industry. The industry, not too much to love if you start looking into it. There's a lot of shit. Like, if you get to the big levels, you got to suck some dick. Like, it's bad. Like, you got, that's me too. Like, like, you want to get to them levels? Like, well, here's a performance piece I got. I mean, it goes, Bump Dead Prez. Old man Sam, he had a farm. Walked around with the rifle, most of the time things were calm. His whole life was maintained off the everyday label, from the mules in the field to the cattle's in the stable. This is how he kept food on the table. You would have thought he was disabled from the way he be relaxing, acting like Mr. Magnificent. But the animals was feeling something different. The sediment was tension in the barnyard. Throughout the years, he had to go through mad drama with the farmer. Word is born, God. So they argued there was no way that would ever be free if it was up to humans. So the only thing left was revolution, which was understandable. And since the pigs promised to lead it in the interest of all animals, we planned a full attack under the leadership of Hannibal, the fattest pig in the pack. This is the animal of man. This is the animal in you. This is the animal of man coming true. The very next morning on the farm, everything was calm, but before dawn, the sun got so hot it made the place feel electric. So check it. This is how the shit got hectic. Directed by Hannibal, we planned a full attack under the leadership of Hannibal with the fattest pig in the pack. Hannibal, Sam fell. Fill his eyes full of disgust and betrayal. This is an old piece. This is an old piece.
You got it.
This is the animal in man. This is the animal in you. Oh, hold on. Fuck it. Come on, let's do some other shit. I'll get this. We're going to go again. I got my book, y'all.
Okay, bro.
I got my book. This book is painted in gold because that's how much it's worth. It's worth its weight in gold. This is all my pieces I used to do. So I'm going to read you some shit, y'all. So once again, our paths of destiny have met, and on this time, so I offer satisfaction you won't regret. If you want me to do this and do that, I owe you, so come collect. With each and every heartbeat, my heart's weak. And more into this, I won't stop, can't stop. Until I taste the pretty pink lips.
That's about eating pussy.
So if you wish to see me plead, I'll get down on my hands and knees and beg, please, baby, baby, please. I just want to set your soul at ease like the clear blue seas and Hawaiian palm trees. International, these are internal cries. Lots of question why as the anger builds inside. I've cried my last tears. I've heard all the cheers for many years. Now I don't hear a peep. And now the hatred of myself is deep. I once was strong and I did not bend. The king of terror rises again. I tried to be peaceful, but it just didn't work. Open myself wide open, only to get hurt. So now I'm transforming against all will, sharpening my instincts to kill, but still, I stand an empty man, need to be filled like an empty can. Can't stop it, it's destiny written in prophecy. Now they can't stop and watching me. I'm too fast, they can't clock me. Dying inside, someone shoot me. But if I die, it's gonna be by mistaken identity, by police brutality.
Yeah.
Bars, son, I gotta remember all this shit.
Bars, son.
I want to show you new highs of happiness and elevated. I want to show you new forms of climaxing. So when you're on your back, maxing and maxing and maxing, I'm relaxing, giving you this tongue action, laughing.
Okay.
Then I'll be asking, how did that feel? I'm knowing all too well that what you felt was real. All that moaning and quaking, you know the deal. Just name your flavor when I cook your meal. That's just a sample. We probably gonna go up a couple times. We only got like an hour that we can fill out, so everybody gonna get some shit out. I'm gonna memorize the second half of that first poem while we do that. And ladies and gentlemen, this next young sister is from my hood, y'all. So you know she crazy in the motherfucker. Like, we got a lot in common. We was in the same cult together. The same cult we grew up. So this is just the blacker, the prettier version of me, y'all. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for Martina!
I know her.
Right.
Hello, everybody.
Hey.
Welcome to Open Mic. Crowd goes wild. I am your host, Big Daddy, preferably. You
Okay,
can
Big
call
Daddy.
me as such.
Okay, Big Daddy.
Now, should I be the icebreaker and just, read a poem or whatever? Break the ice? Okay.
Break that ice, girl.
I'm going to read a poem off my phone because it is not recited. This poem, wait, let me get it together. Okay. So, this poem is called Morning Dew.
Okay.
Yes, alright. Sun kissed on my cheek, but I was too worried about the burn to acknowledge the love that was being given to me. My ignorance caused me to turn away from its beauty. The sun rays were trying to speak to me. I couldn't hear its whispers. I gazed upon the lilies and took note of its structure, but the lesson was missed. The lessons that the flowers taught. During the growth process, all of the pain and struggles that's endured, just to sprout, to grow, to break through the ground, to show its bud, I didn't take note of its struggle. For perhaps I would have learned a few lessons on life, about endurance, about never giving up when the soil seemed too tough to tread through, closed-minded with a veil I couldn't see with my true eyes. I took for granted the lessons that the lilies were trying to teach me. The wind once caressed my legs in passing, trying to sweep me off my feet to relax a little bit, to ease my mind, to take a look at life and be appreciative. But me, of course, ignorance and awe, I complained about the wind chill. I ignored its beauty and wished for hotter days, of course. Hotter days never satisfied me. Chasing after a want, but not owning up to my needs. My needs. Ooh, that almost sound like knees. Oh, anyway.
Okay.
Okay, we're a little nasty. All right. Oh, where was I? Okay. Okay. I ignored its beauty and wished for hotter days. Of course, hotter days never satisfied me. Chasing after a want, but not owning up to my needs. Blindsided to the signs and symbols, I apologize for not understanding. The butterflies sat me down for class, told me that if I keep chasing them, I will never gain them for possession, but if I sit still, take note of my garden and attend to what I need to be, attend to what I have and be grateful, that the butterflies will land right on my shoulder at its proper time. Food for thought, and so I thought of nothing else. One day, in my garden, sitting still as the butterflies advised is so. To my surprise, I began to fall in love with everything that I had and I didn't have. The soil that I sat in was now soft and rich. To a poor girl's heart, this was better than wealth. I was rich in a mind, beginning to understand all that the universe has for me already, if I just sit and acknowledge. The fence up ahead that I also dreaded for a while began to soon look just as beautiful, just the way it was. Surrounded by my garden, my very own garden, was a fence. Once what I thought was trash was now treasure. The trees beside me became my family. The things I lacked, I realized I was given back 10 times more. I am given peace. The trees comfort me in times of distress, waving in the wind, both tag teaming me for comfort and assurance. To the wind, I'll forever thank you. For the trees, much gratitude. The sun began to kiss my face again, but this time with much more grace. As if its gentle fingertips glided across the outer layers of my skin, I feel you now. I feel your warmth. I am awakened to your generosity and love. Thank you, dear universe. That's it. Woo! All right. Who's next on the list?
You're the host. You're supposed to tell us.
Right. Okay, next up on this beautiful long list, full of great audience participation, we have
Okay.
Tony. Who's
Hey.
Tony? Woo!
Thank you.
Wow, Martina. Yeah.
Yeah.
Come on, Paco. Philadelphia couldn't have been that bad. Oh my goodness. But now Hawaii's got her. There we go. We're taking all the talent. You know what I mean? Sorry, East Coast. You know what I mean?
Welcome.
That's what I'm saying. They had something good. They lost you guys. Thank you. You guys are very welcoming. I appreciate this. I wish I prepared better.
It's okay.
You got it?
It's okay. Yeah, it is fine because I blame Paco.
There you go.
That's fine.
I asked him. I'm like, Paco, what do I got to do? What's happening?
Do whatever you feel.
He's like, it's easy.
It is.
No, he lied. That notebook was not easy. I didn't think I would need like pain and lived experience. You know what I mean? It's just, what am I gonna talk about, Paco? Facebook.
Yeah.
My poems were not. These were so long. You know what I mean? And it's not like I got poem envy, but you know what I mean?
Just talk about what you feel. That's
I know.
Everything is art. It's a form of expression.
But it's like, you know what I mean? But like my poem is like Asian poem.
Oh,
You know what I mean? What do they call it? Like a haiku?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
I said so form.
That's too many rules because I'm also Italian. So I was just like,
Forget about it.
that's exactly what I said. But so not as long as a Paco, but not as short as a haiku. You always come up with just Z. You know what I mean? And I thought but he had a notebook.
I got mine in here.
I didn't bring shit. I just want this recorded so there's evidence as to why I'm like the way I am, okay? I didn't do the research. I get mad at stand-up comedians that are like this. Because there's so much information on stand-up comedy. I should have. I make fun of you guys when you're not at stand-up, and I'm feeling so bad.
Oh,
These
yeah.
are different muscles.
No, the
man.
universe is
Muscles.
punishing me right now. Right
I've
now.
heard you make fun of us.
I know.
What'd you
Different
say?
muscles.
How'd you make fun of like poets?
Yeah. There's a poetry voice.
Good.
There's a cadence and a way that they talk.
Yeah.
And I didn't want to be that. So this which leads interestingly enough into the first thing that I told myself I was gonna do. Here we go. That's another thing too. I gotta be like this. It's a weird transition. Do you guys like improv guys? They go and or they go theme or
Yeah.
what?
Deep breath.
Deep breath. All right. Let's just talk about it. Just so okay. So this is the sound of my voice.
Okay.
This is the way that I talk. All right. Growing up in Hawaii, even in elementary, I got asked the question, where am I from? And Wisconsin people called me Hawaiian. But no one in Hawaii asked me what school I went grad. I tell them I grew up on television. My mom was a single mom. TV taught me how to speak. But when I went to Wisconsin, I was Hawaiian. But this is the sound of my voice. This is the way that I talk. All right, that's it. That's it. All right. You know what I mean? It's just I don't know how you remember that 10. I always get into the thing. I was like, did I already say this part? I can't remember. This is really hard.
Harder than it looks.
This is harder than it looks. Another one is a little less thought out. But yeah, it's like okay, let's see.
You got it.
I've met like real black people.
Oh, is that my Okay.
I know what you're thinking. Hawaii, military. No, like black people in the wild of Chicago. Right? My last name is Nigrelli. N-I-G. Let's repeat. N-I-G. Oh yes, there's an R and an E. L-L-I. I think it's the L-L-I that saves it.
Yes.
My name is super racist, but then ends Italian.
They thought about it. Thought long and hard about it.
I learned in Chicago that black people really like to say my name. Not my first name. They love my last name. My Nigrelli. Even my coworker Carl, he said that when he goes to war with the whites, Nigrelli's on our team. Thank you.
Yeah.
I wanted to write poems about stuff that happened in the world, but it's hard. I thought when you started your poem, you were talking about flowers.
Never about
Oh man, and then I made the mistake of listening. Woo! You people are deep! It's never just about flowers, guys. Trust me on that. There's layers there, for
Solid
sure.
button dirt.
Yes. Yeah, that's good. And I know this isn't a poem, but one thing that's a bright force in this world is gratitude. I love that. Right? Like, let's not forget just the fact this group here, we're all doing good. You know? So I think gratitude is good, man. I love that. That made me really happy. I love that. How grateful you were. You know what I mean? And how, you know, it was interesting that you were able to gain that kind of appreciation for something. That was good. I don't have those kinds of thoughts, as evident by my next little excerpt. I'm gonna work harder, guys. I didn't know the rhyming was that big a deal.
No,
It's
it's
really
not.
not.
You don't have to rhyme.
I'm sorry. This is the sound of my voice. This is the way that I talk.
Poetry.
Woo! I told myself not to do the poet voice. All right, here we go. No. It's funny. It's great. It's great. You know what it is? I will say this. I'm gonna kiss ass right now, but it's just for you guys because there's fucking 4 of us. But I think it's beautiful that when we all sing, none of us have accents. Isn't that crazy? Somebody from like Germany or like, it doesn't matter like where they're from. Like even Hawaii, like everybody when they sing, they have that. So when I make fun of the poetry voice, it's because it's so lyrical. There's something musical about the quality of the words and the cadence and the timing, right? And I think it erases those kind of boundaries, you know, which is cool. Very unifying, right? To go to places and hear your voice in an accent that belongs to art, not a region, or a nationality or a whatever. It belongs to an idea, right? So I make fun of you guys, but you got that funny accent for a reason. So just to kind of defend myself, All right, here we go. Last little bits of thoughts from me. This one's not. All right, here we go. Women. Regretting. I should have wrote a different word. Women. You need to stop taking birth control. I know that sounds crazy, so I'm going to repeat it. Stop taking birth control. Don't believe the lies that a child is going to interrupt your future.
I disagree.
You have been lied to. Children are the future. I'm gonna say something even crazier. Have kids when you're young. Not too young. Graduate high school first, you know what I mean? There's a lot of pressure on you already. But seriously, you're gonna need the energy, ladies. And I swear to God, there is nothing more energetic than a 20-year-old female. I'm pretty sure she could do everything. And here's the challenge, women. The stakes are high now for who you sleep with. They're never higher. The next man you choose to share yourself with, you could be cloning. Please think long and hard. Choose a champion. Stop taking your birth control. Thanks, everyone. Woo!
Let's give it up for the man who is cursing on stage telling women to have children. That's a big no-no. I get it though, but yeah.
Kids are losing popularity,
Yeah. You know, to each his own, yeah. Kids are cute. You know, they can stay cute where they are. You know, I see myself being the cool ass aunt forever. Like I want to be the aunt that everybody be like, you know what, get on my fucking nerves, go be aunt house. I want to be that person. I can give them back. You know, I don't, you know, because when you push them out, you can't just like put them back in and let them disintegrate into your stomach. Like once you have them, that's it. Unless I leave them on your doorstep. You know. And speaking of black people, we have coming up next a nice melanated chocolate drop of a man, mouth devouring, eye-gasm looking, poet, black face, melanated black power poet.
Let's go, Ian.
Let's give it up for the Uber Eats driver in the back. No? Okay, nice. All right, Z from Baltimore.
Speaking of black people.
Speaking of black people. Speaking of the target.
Okay. I am forever gonna call you Nigrelli now. Forever. Yo, I like that. I know that there's truth to that story. I'm pretty sure when they found out that was your name, bro, Nigrelli all day. And
Come in
Yes. So, anybody watch that Versus yesterday?
Yeah.
You watched it? So, yesterday, for y'all that didn't watch it, yesterday was like a staple of my childhood, yo. Fucking the Locks went up against Dipset in a Versus. And these are two rap groups that dominated my middle and high school years. And so and then this morning I rewatched the one between Jeezy and Gucci Man. And I just fell in love with hip hop again. So I got this poem that I wrote a while ago. And it's kind of about, it was a challenge to say, to write about something that makes you happy. And at that moment, it was a song whenever I got homesick. It's a song by Yo Gotti. Floating down the street on my way to work, in this automobile machine made for transport, feeling like a machine made to work and die. Four wheels gripping the pavement as I grip this caffeinated beverage that's supposed to be my fuel. This island in Hawaii sometimes turns me into an island, the way loneliness surrounds me on all sides. That's when my fingers paddle over to my playlist, swim right up to the right song that reflects my mood like the ocean does the sky. Live from the kitchen, my Yo Gotti drops, and once again I am transported. And now this car is a portable trap house. And all of a sudden my homies do the Baltimore two-step into my back seat, and once again we are united. My wrist somehow knows now how to motion its way around a Pyrex pot. My legs take a dip down to match the 808 as if it's checking the temperature on the stove. And at that moment, Yo Gotti becomes a seer, a witch doctor that reminds us of how drugs can be a religious experience. A big homie, how he convenes all of my childhood memories with my crew in one place. Gotti becomes the reason this island raises from the ocean to collide with my hometown just for 4 minutes and 21 seconds. At that moment, I am in his kitchen, surrounded by my loved ones, high off the joy that this song brings to my life so instantly. Thank you.
New shit.
That's old shit. I just ain't never read it to you before.
New shit to me.
Just so everybody in this room knows, all 50 of y'all, I got a show on the 21st, and I'm actually gonna be hosting. I'm gonna be hosting on Monday at the Remix.
Oh, yeah.
So come through.
On the show.
Rayo's whole point of showing up is to make fun of what I'm wearing. So I'm gonna make sure. All of his whole set is gonna be making fun of me, which I'm looking forward to. To be honest, y'all, I wanna like do what y'all do, like the comedians when it's a comedian's birthday and y'all have a roast of them. I would love to get roasted, yo. That shit would be hilarious. My birthday is November 14th.
Okay, all right.
That would be hilarious. All right, so from now on throughout the show,
Chocolatey
I'm
motherfucker.
gonna. Last time I went to a roast, Paco was the only nigga that got on me, and he said that every chick I brings around looks like a tranny, and that's
Lesbian.
a lesbian. That's what it was. And I was like, that doesn't even make sense, Paco, but okay. You should have heard what they said about Destiny. Oh, y'all was there.
What did they say?
They said she looked like Whoopi Goldberg and Wiz Khalifa.
Oh no.
Let me stop. Okay, so
Not smoked out.
now I'm stop making fun of Destiny. Okay, so now I'm basically gonna be practicing poems for my show. So this poem I wrote, it's also about rappers, but not really. So y'all familiar with bars? Know what bars are? So bars, I'll just be frustrated how rappers are rich when they ain't got no bars, and poets got all the bars, but we ain't got no money. So here's my poem. I'm tired of rappers getting all the money, but we got all the bars. We gotta run it. Wait a minute. Well, can you record this for me, please? I gotta watch this back so I can memorize it. You ready? We gotta work this out. I'm tired of rappers getting all the money when we got all the bars. We gotta run a marathon just to get to the same place that they get playing hopscotch. It seems that for poets to reach the top spot, we gotta be beyond top notch. Bars gotta be harder than nightsticks the cops got and hit you harder than cops do when you non-violent. And my bars be like Rikers Island, that's right, cause I write like I'm in a box of my own. Chained to my pen like the counter at the bank, you can count and bank on these bars being gold. Bars be like Vegas Strip, Bourbon Street, come take a shot of this knowledge I be spitting out. I eat whack lyricists, then I shit they skills out and flush down their dreams of ever outwriting me. I'm outright head hunting when I pull up on them. Bars be so sturdy you can pull up on them. Might sound cliche, but I'm what you throw away in a pull up. I be stage sweeper coming to clean the bull up that y'all smear on the mic. Matter of fact, I might let you leave with it. After I cover it with this sick spit here, take a cough and sneeze with it, go home, watch my videos and try to judge what the buzz be about like a beat critic. Honey, believe I be fly. Bars be like javelin, sharp points at the end, taking me as far as I can go. Might pierce through your chest and knock your soul loose, so duck, cause what this gold goose can lay might leave egg on your face. I'm from a place where the rat race got niggas in a mind state that only crime pay us. Where they'll put a rocket to your dome and blast off, leaving mine craters, then drop a casket at your home as a time saver, but who can blame them? You ride through my city and it look like a war zone. Look like bars that destroyed homes, but the only detonation to our degradation comes from neglect from our own government. Bars be like spelling bees, the way they handing out sentences from niggas just trying to survive. All thriving off nonviolent crime. All colors be pushing white like chess pieces, but it seems only the black kings get taken past the bars. Examine how these laws be tailored to only suit us in orange. We be the new black enslaved generation. See how my messages be lines between the bars like coded language. Scan the room and see the jaws dropping to the floor. Unless that was too hard and went over your head like a helmet, you might need 2 extra wheels to handle these, or take a crash course and slam before you get the bright idea to run into me. Cause once these lights is on and the mic is on, I'm like Mike when the fight is on, coming at your head like a Viking horn, so think about it. I told you that these bars be gold molded into Holy Grail and I'm drinking out it, so why the fuck are these rappers blinging out and I'm at a show performing for exposure? When most poets I know can explode and roll over this generation of hip-hop like a boulder. Poets, we need to change the game. Expand our lane until the whole world has no choice but to put some respect on our motherfucking name. Thank you. That's all I got. That's all I got until next time, so give it back up for your hostess with the mostest. Big deal.
All right. There was no. That was the mixtape. All right.
How long do you like have set wise you guys have to do this?
Usually when you do a poetry show, it's like 1 or 2 poems.
Oh, okay.
But
So
unless
it's
you're
not
a
by
feature,
time. It's by.
no, it's about how many poems you have. Unless you're a feature, then you do however much time you have. Sorry.
No, no, you're fine. I took a smoke break. My cigarettes. All right, I'm gonna say another poem to extend the time, to extend your mind. You know, okay, you see what I did there? All right, I'm gonna pull a Paco. Now I can finally say that, cause like he be coming at me for my long ass poems, and I don't feel bad, cause me and Paco we in the same boat. You feel me? All right, I'm going. Oh, I like that light. Let there be lights. I feel like Jesus. Okay, with the fan blowing, I'm Beyonce. All right. This poem is called Jigsaw Puzzle. Right? Period. It is my me exposing my manipulative traits in a relationship. Look at that. Take notes. All right. He said, I already did. Noted. Okay. Jigsaw puzzle. I forced you like a puzzle piece, knowing you wouldn't fit. Knowing that there was too much of the eternal damage that was left behind in me, yet still, I invited you into my junkyard. You were my new debris. I wanted to make you comfortable, even though my last guy left his mess, his bags, the memories, the hurt. I mean, it's a bit junky in here, but you can still nest and just rest and lay. Let's move all of my trash out of the way. My emotions, my baggage, my new form of insecurities, my unhealed heart. Let's push all of that to the side and focus on me. You said you saw beauty, ignoring all of my issues. You viewed me as a trophy, a masterpiece. Your perfect perception of me was a golden figure, perfectly polished, stunning. Despite the fact that I was rotting and hollow on the inside, you decided to focus on my outer appearance because I was good just for the moment. And so I forced you like a puzzle piece, knowing you wouldn't fit, but in my mental I envisioned a box of 582 scattered puzzle pieces inside, and on the outside of the box was a perfect picture that I was supposed to recreate, but you were the jigsaw that never had a purpose in my life, but I forced you like a child cheating, cutting the outer edges of the puzzle so that it can have more room for the other puzzle piece that never was supposed to be there to begin with. Now I'm confused. I'm praying for some type of magnetic connection so that we could stick and stay, but you felt comfortable in my mess, right? And on your chest I'd rather lay, forgetting that I had some cleaning up to do before I could move some new furniture in, and that new furniture, it was you. So here we are, sitting in filth, forcing love, while there are maggots at our bedside and trash on our dresser, a junkyard that we made our home. It is slowly starting to decay, and as the days and weeks and months go by, I'm now getting agitated because you don't love me for who I really am. If there's any more of me inside of me, I've been so busy trying to find the love that I lost from him, so I went to you. I was damaged, bitter, and hurt, but you knew you didn't really want me. You had this golden perception of me. I was perfect, no trouble emotionally, but when my emotions leaked from everything I bottled up and tried to hide, it quickly came overflowing. You had no idea I'd take you on this kind of ride. Now I forced every emotion that I had left over, and I piled it onto you. I forced myself to love you. I remember the day you broke up with me. You told me you were no longer in love with me, not to my surprise, but yet still I asked why. I shocked myself when I cried. I shocked myself even more when I felt that burning sensation in the pit of my stomach that causes me to hunch over, that pain in my chest where it feels like it's all caving in, that lump in my throat, that lump in my throat that travels up my face, that goes to my eyes, and my tears begin to win. I am crying when I knew we wouldn't work. I am upset for trying, but more angry because I used you. I needed you to fill the void in me where I couldn't fill in myself. Now who's gonna live in this junkyard with me? I have no one to take the trash out on Monday mornings. It just sits there along with everyone else's belongings. I've been too depressed to clean up, and now you left me. But you left all of your things here. I forced you like a puzzle piece, knowing you wouldn't fit. I should have cleaned up, but you should have left me alone. I did this to myself, and in the end, we both were wrong. I am now sucked and dried and emotional from all of the dirt and the debris that I've accumulated from my past, and you were wrong for giving me a pass and ignoring all of the warning signs that I was damaged to begin with, but you liked what you saw, and I was vulnerable and I was hurt. I used you as a clutch, but you were never the right jigsaw. That's it.
Okay.
Thank you. Yes. I wrote that poem maybe about a year and a half ago. Maybe 2 years ago. Yeah. But anyway, thanks for enjoying it. Next up we have my poet twin, Paco Loco. Is it Paco Loco? Oh. I think I like Paco Loco.
I like Loco. They like, got a nice
In case the media comes, it's really Rafael Zayas. That's for real.
Is that a video game?
He says the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
No, Southwest Riders.
Southwest Riders, for real?
Yeah.
Hold on, for real? I got somebody famous in my family? What? Soul Caliber?
No, I'm talking
Soul
about Paco
Calibur.
Loco.
You know it's the Paco Loco Soul Caliber?
No, Raphael.
Rafael? You know it's the only claim to fame in my family? And that's from the Planet of the Apes, Dr. Zayas. He was a doctor that was working with him, like Dr. Zayas. Like, oh shit. That's for years. Like, and we had nobody famous in my family. Alright, y'all, I got a poem piece. It's you know, it's about death. Can we talk about death?
Yep.
It's about death. It's not gonna be funny. A little bit, maybe, I don't know. But it's a couple hip hop songs. I'll just turn it into poems. That's my style. I take these gangsta ass songs and turn it into art.
Yeah.
I thought about taking my own life. I might as well. But they might not sell weed in hell. Cause that's where I'm going. Cause the devil's inside of me. He made me rob from my own nationality. It's kinda ignorant, but yo, I gotta pay the rent. So yeah, I stick them people most definite. The degenerate, the fucking caught up innocent. Cause I don't leave Paco's fingerprints. For the cops, they only good if they dead. And then that badge and that gun shit be going to their head. To make money, gotta steal for sports. So I stole a show and made some pennies for my thoughts. And if this fucking comedy shit don't pay, I'ma start selling drugs around my way. Killing my own people in the USG. Shit, they gon' get it for somebody, I'd rather it be me. Besides, you can't tax dirty money. You can't trust nobody. No one. The scorpion. Cause I probably bite the bullet cause I live with a gun. When I die, fuck it, I wanna go to hell. Cause I'm a piece of shit, hard to fucking tell. It don't make sense going to heaven with the goody goodies dressed in white. God would probably have me on some real strict shit. No sleeping no day, no getting my lobbing with the goody goodies, driving in paradise. Fuck that shit. I wanna tote guns and shoot dice. All my life, I've been considered as the worst. Lying to my mother, even stealing out a purse. Crime after crime, from drugs to extortion. I made my mom wish she had a fucking abortion. She don't even love me like she did when I was younger. Sucking on the chest just to stop my fucking hunger. I wonder if I die, will tears come to her eyes. Forgive me for my disrespect, forgive me for my lies. My little baby's 8 months, her older sister's 2. Who's to blame for both of them? No, man, not you. Swear to God, I just wanna slit my wrist and end this bullshit. Put the magnum to my head, threaten to pull shit. Then squeeze until the bed's completely red. I'm glad I'm dead. Fucking worthless Buddha head. Stress is building up, I can't believe suicide's on my fucking mind. I wanna leave, I swear to God, I feel like death is fucking calling me. But nah, you wouldn't understand. See, it's kinda like what Crack did with Pookie and New Jack, except when I cross over, there ain't no coming back. Would I die on the train tracks like Rainbow and B Street? People at the funeral frontin' like they miss me. My baby mama kissed me, but she glad I'm gone. She knew me and the sister had something going on. Can't sleep, I reach my peak. Call my man Z, tell him that my will is weak. Sick of niggas lying, I'm sick of bitches hawking. Matter of fact, sick of talking.
Drops mic, literally.
Drops the mic.
All right, we are gonna do a merry-go-round. How's that sound, everybody? Woo! All right, so now who would like to go again? My friend. You can, whatever you have, it'll sound like poetry if you just slow it down a little bit. We won't know the difference in the sound. Give it up for Chocolate Drop.
That me? Ian?
I'm a civilian today, guys. I'm a civilian.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. I want to test out my poet voice. How do you think that we sound? Do you think we come up here and read these poems like this? And then everyone snaps when we stop reading?
Yes.
Wow.
Sometimes you go a little faster.
Wow. Oh, we gotta read like this because we go a little faster sometimes. But you always gotta drag out the last word. I got a piece called Jigsaw too. Y'all wanna hear it?
Yes.
Life be the most complicated jigsaw puzzle. Each stage a different picture. Each picture a collection of pieces perfectly placed, taking its rightful place in space and time to create something beautiful. And if you were to put that specific piece anywhere else in the world, it would just be a misshapen piece of cardboard. My room has a stack of completed pictures made from misshapen pieces. All are not beautiful, but they all are necessary. My room can be messy sometimes, so I tend to keep my door locked. Who wants to share space when every seat is covered with baggage? And trash can littered with peeled labels of layers of insecurities. The floor covered with stains from where the puddles of tears once sat too long. My world can be a mess sometimes. And somehow, and somewhere around here, the last piece to that jigsaw puzzle hides tauntingly, mocking me as I try to find it, forcing me to dig through the pile of hurt in the corner, look under the couch cushions that harbor a pile of toxic traits that I've coined over the years, frantically clearing the cluttered dresser adorned with old cups of self-esteem issues, plates of abandonment, and napkins used to clean up all the messes created by a careless heart. Where is this jigsaw piece? Does it even want to be found? Do I even deserve to move on from this stage of my life? Complete this picture, hang it up in triumph, and elevate into the next version of myself. I began to give up, accept my fate, and force a piece in that I knew was not meant for this puzzle. But then I looked around the room, and to my surprise, it was no longer a mess that I had left here. My attempt to locate the unfindable piece caused me to unconsciously pack up the ugly baggage that plagued my couch for too long, vacuumed up the cobwebs from complacency under the couch, cleared all the dirty dishes off the dresser, and there it was, underneath a stack of manifestations, right next to a small pile of self-love. My mother always told me that if you have to look for something too hard, it means that you need to clean up what's already there. It will reveal itself. Well, the mother universe has spoken, and I had to deal with my mess before the last piece will reveal itself to me. But even though it's a perfect fit, the one I have been waiting for this whole time, I don't want to force it in. It seems that it has weathered its own storm under this messy world. Some of the edges have become jagged. The texture is no longer smooth as it once was. But what am I to expect? This world will take the most beautiful work of art and crack its crevice under the pressure it allocates. So I will not force this piece into place. Instead, I will figure out how to build it back up, restore it to the glory it's meant to be before the world around it sought to turn it into debris. Only then will this masterpiece be completed. Only then will we elevate to the next version of ourselves together. I messed it up. I don't read that poem that often. I wrote that for a very specific reason. So, I got one more. So, is anybody here familiar with the insurrection that happened on January 6th? Yes. So, they having the congressional hearings about the insurrection. And I woke up one morning and I scrolled down my news feed and I saw a clip from Fox News. And they were talking about how the police were just being like babies and whining about it, and they were playing politics. So it made me write a poem. Basically, this poem is what every black person was thinking during the insurrection and afterwards. On January 6, 2021, a large group of angry black Americans stormed the United States Capitol building. After being whipped into a frenzy by a speech from their charismatic leader, whichever leader that hasn't been killed or corrupted yet, they gathered by the thousands to descend on our staple of democracy. Fueled with centuries of pent-up frustration from a government that still struggles to consider just how human they are. Drunk off rage from forcing to swallow continuous cups of cop killing their colored comrades. Let me start over. Can I start over? I fucked it up. I'm start over, mulligan. On January 6, 2021, a large group of angry black Americans stormed the United States Capitol building. After being whipped into a frenzy by a speech from their charismatic leader, whichever leader that hadn't been killed or corrupted yet, they gathered by the thousands to descend on our staple of democracy. Fueled with centuries of pent-up frustration from a government that still struggles to consider just how human they are, drunk off rage from forcing to swallow continuous cups of cops killing their colored comrades, and mobilized by radical liberal talking points coined by the Black Panther Party and the NFAC. The mob attacked Capitol Police officers with makeshift weapons, fire extinguishers, and Black Lives Matter flags. They breached the historic building through broken windows and doors and began to hunt down all conservative lawmakers that consistently vote on bills that keeps them disenfranchised. The news media immediately called this a terrorist attack. Headlines on Fox News read, "Murderous mob of malicious militant criminals break into the Capitol seeking blood." Right-wing pundits warn their audience against the violent black extremists' attempt to overthrow the country that their forefathers fought so hard to take from indigenous people, where so many of their ancestors died under a rebel flag to preserve the institution of slavery. The outgoing president assures the country that although their very way of life is under attack, he would not let the violence spill into the streets. He immediately deploys the National Guard to section off the entire city. Martial law is declared within an hour, and every blue-veined American exercises their Second Amendment right to bear arms and eagerly awaits their chance to stand their ground. The mob grows more unruly, tears through the building, ripping down pictures of every slaveholder statesman turned hero, ransacking the offices of high-ranking Republican officials, searching their desks and closets for their stash of vintage white robes and iconic pointed hoods, and leaking every email littered with dog whistles on how to suppress the black vote to a whisper and how to stop the increasing delusion of a once pure, proud porcelain promised land. They bring the gallows to the steps, accompanied with cries to hang Mike Pence. I'm guessing as retribution for every black body that has suffered the same fate under similar circumstances. The hashtag America Under Attack trends globally. Live streams from inside the building litter timelines with angry black faces calling for increasingly crazy things like an end to systemic racism. Tearful tirades from wives made widows by white supremacist cops are seared into the dead eyes of those that see nothing more than crisis actors. Every QAnon and MAGA fan finally is blessed with their ceremonial scapegoat, a sufficient sacrifice to the god of race wars to absolve them of the bloodbath that they are sure to provoke hereafter. The National Guard arrives in droves, fully equipped with enough artillery to eliminate a small country coupled with a certified license to kill. The self-proclaimed black revolutionaries are no match for the trained soldiers in full force of the American brutality. They are given no warnings, just bullets. No compassion, just bullets. No room to recite rhetoric, just bullets. No justice, no peace, just bullets and bullets and bullets and bullets. And once the smoke clears, the Capitol corridor is completely covered by red carpets created just for and by this moment. The halls are littered with liberal tears, broken American dreams, and brown corpses. There is no one left to arrest. The Capitol Police are awarded medals for their bravery. The outgoing president is awarded a third term for his swift action against anarchy. And the country is reminded to never forget a day that shall ever live in infamy in the imaginations of black Americans everywhere thinking, what if that was us? Thank you.
Hi, ladies and gentlemen, that is Happy Hour. We've all made it to the end of the show. We appreciate you so much. Let's give it up for our beautiful host, Martina. How they what's your Instagram? Who that?
What up, though?
What up, though? Who that? Who it up, though? Give it up for Z. Appreciate you, Z. Thank you so much. Give it up for yeah, we sound like you a Nazi rally, dude. Tony Nigrelli. Go back, stay with my Nigrelli. And thank you for our one fan that came all the way over here, Ian Shipper. Thank you for our chef, Mike Rayo, who provided all the food. And thanks for Rohan, free Rohan out of jail.
Free Rohan!
All right, free him from purgatory.
That mushroom, give it up for mushroom.
Give it up for Mushroom, y'all. We appreciate y'all. Thank you so much.
And Paco.
I'll end this the same way I began this by wishing you. Wait a minute. Let me tell you how my poem ended. After we ran the farmer off the farm, the pigs went round and called a meeting at the barn. Hannibal, he spoke for several hours, but when he talked about his plan for power, that's when the conversation turned sour. He issued an official ordinance that said that if you're not a pig from this day forth, then you supporting it. That's when the horses went buck wild. One of them shouted out, "You fraudulent pigs, we know your fucking style." Hannibal's eyes fell into disgust and betrayal. He felt the same way Sam felt. We chopped his tongue out his mouth and chopped his body up for real. You better listen while you can. There's a very thin line between animal and man. When Hannibal crossed the line, we all took a stand. What would you have done? Shook his hand? My name Paco. Thank you a lot.